Went there, and then we decided I was going to go visit San Juan Capistrano.
The old neighborhood.
The old stomping ground.
How far from L.A. is that?
It's about an hour drive south. San Juan Capistrano.
It's where Aunt's pop lived.
Yeah, my dad used to live there. Well, I took a look at the lay of the land. Saw that changed a lot, built a lot, big population now, but still, basically the same. Ended up at the Swallows Inn. It's that bar that's in because the Swallows come back to Capistrano every year on March 19th. I remember that. Don't ask me what my old wedding anniversary was, but I remember that. Ended up at the Swallows Inn, which you can see in the movie Heartbreak Ridge, and had a few beers there. But then I found out, finally, after all these years, what happened to Richard.
Yeah, but you got to tell the Richard story.
Well, when I was living there, I guess I was about 14 years old at the time. We had a treehouse at the stable. We used to have horses, stuff very equestrian. Family had a stable and built a tree house, big tree fort. And occasionally, nice nights, we'd hang out at the ranch, drink a few beers, and stay in the tree house. It was great, things to do as you're a kid. Well, this one evening in particular, up in the tree house, I'd been out, it was probably, drinking beers and stuff, and it was probably, 1 in the morning, something like that. And I'm just kind of laying there, ready to go to sleep. And Richard kind of comes over and where's my here it is. Okay, kind of comes over and leans his head in by mine and goes,
"Oh wait, this is that's new to the story."
The leaning the head in part.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, he had to get close because it was a whisper.
Well, there's only two of you.
Yeah, but he was
told the story many times,
pretty
but he
big
never
treehouse.
said that he leaned his head in.
Well, he leaned his head in a little closer because I noticed he was a little closer than he was before.
Did you feel the warmness of his breath?
No, I didn't.
Perhaps
faggot.
the lip.
I did not.
Your neck hair.
Didn't feel it.
Little 14-year-old whiskers.
No,
scraping
feel it.
Scraping up against your neck.
Not a thing. Just sensitive.
Hey, man, Jimmy picked up on it, too. You never said he leaned his head in.
It was leaning over because I kind of felt that he was closer. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
So he...
leaned in a little closer, that's all. Because I was now I'm laying down, facing the wall of the treehouse. And he's on the other side of the treehouse.
Yeah. So
he leans in a little closer and says, do you want me to give you a job? Because if you want me to, I'll Just a whisper. Just barely a whisper.
Yeah, barely.
I'll your and now I'm laying there. I am awake, but I don't dare move. I'm staring at the wooden side of the treehouse, and I just start going.
Was Jackson Brown playing?
No music was playing.
She's got to be somebody.
There wasn't not the Jennifer Jason Leigh music.
Oh, she's getting pounded in the dugout.
Oh, you're. It's okay.
Wait, you were staring at a knot?
No, I wasn't staring at a knot.
Richard was.
I was staring at No, I was covered in by a sleeping bag, and I was looking at the wood, the side of the treehouse.
Okay.
So I wasn't facing him. So I just made believe I was asleep. I just laid and I just. You wanna? I'll your had to now make believe I was asleep as my eyes were just agape in horror that this had happened. Now, we'd been friends for years.
Right.
Friends for years. Used to go fishing.
You had no clue, right?
Not a clue. And the girls would swarm over this guy. Swarm over him. It was ridiculous. And not a clue. Until you wanna
Did he get louder? Trying to wake you up?
Can I? York, please. I need.
On my. Right.
Yeah. It was quite harrowing an experience. But that was pretty much it. I guess he got the message, or realized I wasn't prone to that direction. So I was asleep.
So what did you do in the morning?
That was very awkward now in the morning because I didn't know how to handle it. So I just assumed.
So you stayed in the treehouse for the whole night?
Yeah, it was like I just stay there what was I supposed to do?
Leave?
How do you leave?
I gotta go, faggot?
No, because then if I was awake, I'd have to confront the situation.
How about 20 minutes later, go, oh man, I just woke up. My back hurts, queer. I gotta leave.
I couldn't do that.
Not you, the perpetual victim. Just stay there looking delicious. You understand? He looked at you. Did you hear the heavy breathing behind you as he stared at the back of your neck?
I think I did.
When you left in the morning, were you wondering, geez, how did I spill tapioca all over myself?
No, I didn't. There was no tapioca anywhere. I didn't know what to do if I should leave. There wouldn't have been a way to leave without having to confront the situation.
Yeah,
so I figured,
we're all with you.
Unless I heard a belt start coming undone like Brokeback Mountain. It was just, I figured I would just.
I understand. I'm sure.
Let's see how this plays out. See if he just.
I understand.
Gives up.
I'm sure the treehouse was so far in the woods. It was dark. You were scared to walk home alone. I get it.
No, the treehouse was it was right next to the road.
Sure.
Was it right next to your house?
No, it was next to the stable. It was about 2 miles from the house. But no, I know if I woke up, I'd have to say, hey, what are you doing?
How old were you when this happened?
14.
That's old enough to confront it. It's not like you were 7.
No,
14.
I didn't. You see, we were friends for a couple of years already.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how or want to confront this situation.
You got to look. That's to embarrass you, Eric. But the time when you offered me, I was like, no. And that didn't affect our working relationship or anything. You think Steve doesn't pop in every once in a while? I really would like to. No.
No. I don't. Get out of here.
Prefer you didn't.
But you're never asleep. See, if maybe you were asleep, you would just. I didn't know how to confront it. It was one of those surprise.
Did you end up
surprise? Your best friend is gay.
Did you end up falling asleep for real?
No. I was the second the sun came up, that was it. I was like, whoa, look, it's morning, time to go. But then I just figured, all right.
Did he sleep?
It was I assumed
so
he stopped asking me if he was so I assumed. But it was one of those situations where I figured.
He had to take care of that urge, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So he was doing something very quietly while you were making believe you were sleeping.
Christ.
The object of his lust was right there. He could smell your skin, the back of your neck, your boyish sweat on your shirt collar. Who wouldn't be tempted?
You make me sound hot.
Didn't you feel the treehouse just shaking slightly?
No, it was a big eucalyptus tree.
With just this noise every once in a while?
No, shut up.
You went home, your dad said, hey, how'd you get sap in your hair?
No.
As you're fake snoring, all you hear in the background is a...
No, I don't recall hearing anything. I believe I had pulled the sleeping bag
But you're not naive. You're a very smart person. You know he had to take care of that urge no matter what.
Wasn't thinking about that.
So he got the job done.
Probably right,
in
but
silence.
Wasn't thinking about that.
All right.
All I was thinking was, this has to, like, the sun has to go. I felt like a Night of the Living Dead. I was just waiting for sunrise and hoping that I didn't inadvertently get shot in the head, thinking I was a zombie. It was very, very awkward. Sure. So I just kind of, rode it out and waited. The sun came up, and then I figured, just let it be, attribute it to the beers or something like that, like he's, drunk and,
sure.
not saying that he's not gay. Now I knew that was it. Gay guy. But what do you do? I wasn't going to, all of a sudden just completely not hang out with him, but no more sleeping in the treehouse. Still went fishing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Drop your pole into the water?
No pole jokes, nothing like that.
Awkwardly.
But then, years later, let's see, about 1905, no, 1988, somewhere like that. We, me, Joe Curry, my brother, a few friends went out to California, do some hunting, hang out with Dad.
Brokeback Mountain.
No, not Brokeback Mountain.
Hunt for your lost love.
Because as we went, shut up.
One that got away.
Voice was a little deeper. Can I, your
Yeah.
Jeep, 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 Jeep.
You're in a Motel 8. You had to retreat for its spray.
How did I end up here again? No, it was, like 1988, something like that.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were out there, like I said, doing some hunting, manly things, and Richard shows up. So like, you want to go hunting? But he was going to go curtain shopping with my father's wife. So he couldn't go hunting.
Oh.
So, yeah, it wasn't just a fluke thing.
Well, maybe somebody needed curtains.
Yeah, the treehouse.
Yeah.
Maybe the treehouse was long gone at that point. And,
so was your virginity.
Yes, it was, but by a woman.
Wait, did he sound gay when he talked to him? Like you?
Yeah, kind of got that affectation to the voice, that little,
curtains
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, not going to alienate somebody.
Sure. Nothing chases you away.
I wasn't going to. What am I going to do? I was friends with the guy.
Yeah.
So, but that never came up. Never got brought up or anything. It's very odd situation. Because the entire time I'm talking to him, that's all I'm thinking.
And he is too, believe me.
Is that no, but at this point I'm figuring he's probably been through quite a few dudes, So but all I'm thinking about is, Jesus Christ, this guy wanted to, give me this. I'll just talk over it.
How do I get rid of my brother and Joe Curry? A long flight. I want to just kick back, my little feet's up in a Meister brow.
No. So it was again another awkward situation. So this time now, last week I go back.
Here's the update. All
back
right.
to Capistrano.
Yes. To find Richard, of course.
No.
It's been a long time.
I'm with my girlfriend having a drink at the Swallows Inn. Coincidentally enough. I'll have the Jeep, please.
Yes. Sir, would you like that in a glass? Doesn't matter. Just throw it on my back.
Do you want a drink? Wait a minute. No, so I have an update on Richard.
All right.
He's dead. Don't laugh.
That's terrific.
That was a friend of mine.
He's dead? Really?
Died in 2001. 39 years old of what was listed as pneumonia.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. Would you stop with the laughing sound? It was a little shocking to me.
Yeah.
Felt bad.
Who saw that coming besides anybody?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, it was
and being that
39 pneumonia.
being that, like, you know, from that generation, which is not long ago, but that's not a responsible gay guys, really. So he ran through the 80s.
Oh, that's all I was thinking.
He shuffled through the 80s because his pants were pulled down all the time.
Right. It
He
just
couldn't
must
run.
have been because I was talking about, you know, when I was out there, it was, you know, the late 70s. So you're talking from that time on, you know, you can't just go like that all promiscuous and not come up with something unless you're lucky.
And the fact that he wanted to take care of you, probably a big bottom. Probably a big bottom.
Oh, you think so? Now you're analyzing that where...
Well, if he had pneumonia...
Well, what was he going to do? Hey, will you my...
I would respect him a little more. Especially if he grabbed your curly, delicious locks.
You can't just come out and say that.
Why not?
You gotta... If you're going to suggest it, you better be the giver.
You know how many times I've asked for that? Long rides home from a girl after a stupid steak dinner? Hey, do you want to, I'd rather not... God bless.
All right.
Yeah, so there's your update.
Wow. Who saw that coming?
You better get tested, queer.
I didn't do a thing. I'm safe and sound, my friend. This thing's only been around females.
All right. And your dad.
No.
In the shower.
That wasn't anything.
Let's not forget that.
That was a dad trying to teach his two young boys how to shower when they were very young.
Yeah, it's terrific. Why don't we take a break? We'll continue, okay?
Okey doke.
There's your update. It's the One virus spreading across America.